from Dolton, Illinois.
My people, you are tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary live from Dolton, Illinois. My people, you are tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary live from Dolton, Illinois. My people, you are tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary live from Dolton, Illinois. My people, you are tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary live from Dolton, Illinois.
My people, you are tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary live from Dolton, Illinois.
My people, you are tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary live from Dolton, Illinois. My people, you are tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary live from Dolton, Illinois. My people, you are tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary live from Dolton, Illinois. My people, you are tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary live from Dolton, Illinois.
My people, you are tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary live from Dolton, Illinois.
My people, you are tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary live from Dolton, Illinois. My people, you are tuned people, you are tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary, live from Dolton, Illinois. My people, you are tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary, live.
Good morning, y'all.
Dolton,
Hey.
Illinois.
Woo. Let's get it cracking, y'all. Good morning. Hope all is well with you and yours. Oh, let me turn it down. Shout out to Grateful Smoker for the song. Okay. Whew. Hey, y'all. Good morning. I got my coffee. How y'all doing today? Let me say hello to everybody. Hey, Gardis. Good morning. Tracy, what's up? Good morning. Okay. So, you guys, I was watching that movie Cassandra on Netflix last night. Y'all, I couldn't even go to sleep. I finished it. Well, I'm on episode 6. So I don't know if I can finish it, even though that's the last episode. Have y'all don't watch it it's about this AI robot, like this AI powered house. Ugh, y'all, it is whoever wrote that. Oh my goodness. Crazy movie. So I thought it was gonna be predictable, but it wasn't really predictable. So yeah. Anyway, I'm up. So hey Gardis, thanks for joining the chat yesterday. This morning I want to talk about, you guys. Tracy, thank you so much. I want to talk about Nate Fields, who like clobbered Napo, according to Facebook. Now this is a Facebook poll. He clobbered Napoleon Harris in a poll. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about Blagojevich, our former governor. He came out and did a press conference last night, and y'all, his hair color changed. He got a new cut, a new style, a new color, okay? And he turned around and he was telling us all about Jesus and his love. He preached to us. He talked about the Black church, so we're going to cover that. And then we're going to talk about this poor man that owned the steakhouse in Waukegan, 4114. We're going to talk about he was unalived at his own steakhouse by his girlfriend's sons. But the story is so during a gender reveal. We're going to cover that last, sadly. Prayers for his family. But that happened on Saturday night. But the news stations gave us 4 different variations on his story, his life, and how he got unalived. So we're going to talk about that. So let's start with Nate Fields and our state senator, Napoleon Harris. So if you didn't know, Nate Fields, he is running for a township supervisor. He is actually, sorry guys, he is actually the favorite of a lot of residents here in Thornton Township. The thing about Nate Fields, he's new, he's different, and he did it by himself. You remember Blueberries? We were cheering him on when he had to refile. We were there covering it. And the twins who are Michael Smith and Keith Price, they kept challenging Nate Fields. And everybody was, he got challenged for everything. Everybody, not even just Keith Price and Michael Smith. Other people were coming to challenge Nate Fields. He had a million challenges, you guys. We covered it. And he had to go to court about it. And he fought for it. And the judge allowed him on the ballot. Now, Nate Fields was Frank Zuccarelli media, I think, media person for the township. He also was the one that, oh, sorry guys, phone ringing. He also was the one that Tiffany, he cheered on Tiffany the night she won supervisor. He said he believed in her. We covered all that. We're going to cover a little bit more. He also covered he went down to Springfield when they marched to Springfield. He got us some notorious pictures, like the whole Lori Lightfoot photo with her at Tiffany's inauguration. And he also got us when that famous photo when Tiffany's on a cell phone, everybody uses. She's on a cell phone with Kamal, and she like has that jacket on. I'm a king with a queen. I wonder if he gets paid for that. The news uses a lot. They use it a lot. Like she's on this photo right here. I wonder if they pay Nate for that. This is Nate. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. But we've been looking at these people for a whole year. This photo is Nate Fields' photo. And Nate Field doesn't use those. He doesn't use the watermark all the time, like some people we know all over the place. But Nate Fields, a lot of his photographs are published with a lot of media, including us YouTubers. So this, I believe, is Nate Fields' photo that everybody uses all the time. Okay. So he was around, and the first time I met Nate Fields was him at the township meeting, the one that Shay went to as well. And he was up there and he said, hey, you know, Tiffany, why you fire me? And he started talking about corn and I didn't get it. And now I get it because Tiffany spends like $2,000 on corn sometimes. Now we went over conscious warrantless. So now the corn cups, the elotes, if you will. So yeah, so Nate Fields got fired. So he decided to run for township supervisor. But Nate Fields, like I always say, I know he's doing this alone. He didn't have a lawyer. He was inexperienced and he did it anyway. He pushed forward. And a lot of people feel that, right? And you know what else he did? He ran without a slate. So he's just him by himself. He's just going up there. So now we'll see if if he gets on a ballot and win, he actually will win. Any trustees that win, Republican or Democrat or the Dots people, they would be his cabinet. And this is the thing about Nate Fields. He's a people person. He's honest. This is just my opinion. Do I think he'll be easily influenced? Yeah. Yeah. And I hope that's just me saying that as an elder, you know what I mean? Like, oh, he young and he be just seeing Nate. If you ever hear my voice, you don't need all that stuff. Nate Fields is gonna win by himself. He doesn't need to follow the crowd or have the PR and have the mean people. Look how far he got by himself. Nate, you don't need that. You really got the people of Thornton Townships rooting for you. He really doesn't need anybody but himself. He's charming. He knows Thornton Township. The only person I saw that stood by Nate at every time I went in there to film was Stephanie Wiedemann. Okay. So even though Stephanie Wiedemann is Dots, DOTTS, Democrat of Thornton Township, he doesn't need the people that are, because I think what's really helping Nate and what's making Napoleon go down is that whole challenge of Napoleon Harris residency, right? So they were, Mayor Cheeks is running again. See, he's so quiet. These are the advertisers. So they go clean house. Now, Mayor Cheeks, he's our indicted mayor over there in Riverdale. He literally was indicted. And he got I call him Mayor Cheeks, but he got the chubby cheeks right there. Lawrence Jackson. And he running again. Okay. All right. Go on. Nobody said a word. He is indicted in real life. Okay. But okay, Riverdale, go off, sis. Look, we struggling over here in Dolton. Y'all go ahead and re-vote for Mayor Cheeks. Okay, so it's titled Frank Zuccarelli's son. Nate Fields beats Napo. I'm sorry. Yeah, Frank Zuccarelli's son, Nate Fields, beats Napo in Chicagoland Journal's Facebook poll by 20%. And if you look at Nate Fields and you look at Frank Zuccarelli, they don't really look alike. Okay. But Nate Fields was listed, and I always bring this up, made Frank Zuccarelli rest in peace. He had the highest honor in the obituary. He's listed. Did y'all ever hear Nate Fields speak at Frank Zuccarelli funeral? It was a funeral open to the public. It was beautiful. And you can find it on YouTube. They did a beautiful job. He recounts the last days he was with Frank. He also recounts him waiting for Frank to get an organ transplant. He also recounts how Frank found him as a youth and took him in. Okay, this is all out of Nate Fields' words. And then he also states, everything he was looking forward to. Now, when you go to Nate Fields, we always hear the story of how Tiffany got through the the yellow tape at Frank's house, right? And she came through with this big, what's that called? Big Tahoe with the police plates. And she came through. Remember, hey, Choose. Hello, everybody. Dear work. Hello. Hey, everybody. Everybody that's here, good morning, Keefits. I'm sorry if I'm missing y'all. We always hear about this. I got my coffee already, guys. We always hear this story about how Tiffany got her big bag Tahoe and put on these police plates, and she heard over the radio an elected official had died, and she was the first one on the scene while his mother was crying. Not his mother, but Frank. While Frank's girlfriend was sitting there crying, Frank's body was still in the house, allegedly. Made Frank this is what we heard, and you can hear that on many of podcasts. Now, on my video, we heard a separate story that at that meeting, we heard that live, 6-hour live. Members, you see it on the channel. We heard that Nate Fields opened the door for Tiffany. That's what we heard. And that Tiffany and Stephanie was there, and allegedly, now this is on my live, we'll have to do a rewind. And allegedly, Nate and Stephanie were both there, right, at the house. And Stephanie was like, "Why'd you let her in? What is she doing here?" But the key was, allegedly, Stan Brown is the one that called Tiffany to say, "Hey, Frank passed on," because he knew first. And that's how Tiffany got over there. Now, that's what we heard on our live. And you guys could go to many a live and hear the accounts on Frank's last day and how Tiffany got through the yellow tape because she had police plates. Okay. Now, this is what's going to happen with Nate Fields and your Auntie Burgundy opinion. All the Frank people are going to come and support him now that he got on that ballot. I'm not talking about people that like Frank, like me or you, that's here in Thornton Township. The big dogs in the state, the big dogs over there in CTA, the big dogs in South Suburban College, all those people that are tired of what Tiffany is bringing, they're going to jump and support Nate Fields, right? And let's just be honest. It's because Nate Fields is fresh, new, and young. Okay. And he was taught by Zuccarelli. But just think about who Nate Fields will have on his side, if he wins. He'd have the assessor, Cassandra Elston, who was there during the Frank days. He would have, Stephanie will be gone because she's not back on the slate. She's only doing Jerry for a few months. I thought Nate could keep her unless somebody drop out and then she's appointed. He would probably try to keep Stephanie any way he could. Okay, whether she's chief of staff again, you know what I mean? Then he would but the bad part is he'd have Stubbs, possibly, and Avant, who would throw. We've seen the history of what they would do, you know what I mean, for their seat. We've seen what happened. So it would be quite interesting to see how Nate deals with it. And I think he could win on his own. I hope he just doesn't get influenced by the people that say they will help, but they really are not praying for him, P-R-A-Y. They are praying, P-R-E-Y. Okay? So let's just be real. I don't have a problem with Napoleon. I don't know him. He's just a state senator, and he's usually running unopposed on a ballot, right? And he's a Democrat. So if you're voting Democrat, you just vote for Napoleon. But now that he's going for Thornton Township, a lot of people are feeling like they're dumb. Like people think, you ever heard someone play in your face and think you stupid? This whole challenging his residency thing, where he didn't even have to show up, it did not go over well with a lot of people. Where he didn't even have to talk to the people. And then at the end of the day, everybody just dropped their cases when that missing, what was that lady name? It was one lady that was missing that told the board and everybody, I'll be there. And we were supposed to be back yesterday, February the 10th. And all of a sudden, everybody got quiet, including Chris Clark, including the twins, and they just dropped out. So no one had to prove his residency to this day. He had to have, not only does Napoleon Harris doesn't have to prove his residency to us, he does not even have to come to a Thornton Township meeting and address us. He doesn't even have to give you a line on what he promises to do for Thornton Township. It's just, no, I'm Napoleon Harris, vote for me. And a lot of people don't like that. Nate Fields, he's giving you a total breakdown on what he plans to do as supervisor. Now, could Nate Fields, because this is Illinois politics, be bought out? Yeah. But seeing how far he came, would he? Probably not. Would he might not. I don't know. So let's read this and y'all let me know what you think. Hey, Donna. Good morning, everybody. No, Keithus asked, I'm sorry, let me go to the comments first. Keithus says, does Napoleon go to the Thornton meetings? No. And it's kind of weird. He's a celebrity. He doesn't have to. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to. He's a celebrity. He doesn't have to go to anything. You know what I mean? Just, to vote for him. Vote for him. That's it. And Nate Fields, okay, so this is what happened. Nate Fields went out, and I'm not telling you guys who to vote for. This is just so you know, when you're following my channel, I'm just giving you my opinions and my commentary. So you guys vote for who you want to. Nate Fields went and got all these signatures one by one by himself. Y'all, it was so funny. Nate Fields, because I was being nosy because I do commentary. So all these people were like, oh yeah, all the dog nights. Oh yeah, Nate, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you get signatures. Nate, like, I'm gonna be standing outside of Thornton at the picnic. They like, oh yeah, I'm gonna help you get signatures. Nate was out there by himself. Nate come out, oh yeah, I'm about to stand outside of Thornridge and get some signatures. Oh yeah, Nate, we're there. Nate for presidents. Nate standing out there by himself. Nate standing out there with 2 ink pens and a clipboard, child. I'm going to Jewel. Nate out there by himself. All the dog nights, I'm gonna support you. All of a sudden, you guys, if you remember this, put a 1 in the chat. All of a sudden, they're having a press conference, and they push Nate Fields to the front, and they're calling for the governor. Put a 1 if you guys remember this. They're calling for the governor to come out and help with Tiffany. This was during the DNC. I'm sorry, DOC. The DNC. And they're calling they pulled Nate Fields out. Nate Fields is there, all the dog nights behind him. He's like, yes, I'm running from Thornton Township supervisor. And I'm calling he's at the water fountain that don't work. I'm calling for the resignation of Tiffany Hilliard. And they're like, yeah. All of a sudden, it's the Italian Fiesta Beggar's Pizza mash off dinner over there in Homewood Flossmoor, aka the Caucus. So everybody's in there. They called the slate. It's time for Nate Fields. They say I to vote for Napoleon Harris, get Tiffany out. Nate Fields is in there too. Get Tiffany out. It's time for Nate Fields to get back in front of the electoral board. It's crickets. I'm like, where the dog nights at? Where the dog? What happened to the dog nights? It was crickets. The only person that was there was Stephanie. Stephanie was Charlie Baltimore. I'm your down chick, honey. I'm your down butt chick. She was Charlie Baltimore. She was the only one. It was crickets. I'm like, where's all the Where's all the fanfare? He was there by himself, child. But he pushed through. So it's politics. They went with I always tell you, Napoleon's a popular vote. The only thing that's going to hold Napoleon back is all the people. Okay, picture it. Sicily, 1956, right? Everybody wants Tiffany gone. Okay, Tiffany bad, get her out. But the way they went about it and the politics they did to get Tiffany out, people still watched, right? So Tiffany didn't make it better for herself, having her boyfriend as the youth director or whatever, calling Carmen Carlier. She didn't make it better for herself. But the politics they did, the way they were beating down residents, treating people horribly online, the politics of it all. The politics of all these scandals that came out one by one and nothing got solved. What happened to fire station number 2? Wasn't fire station number 2 selling drugs out of the fire station? Wasn't they selling drugs out the fire station? Y'all don't remember that story? It just flashed in my head. Do that lady in the house that Tiffany live in, do she still need an inspection for her house or no? Is she still trying to get in and do an inspection? Did she get her rent this month? What happened to Nate Fields' neck? Nate Fields, I love you, but what happened to your neck? Are you gonna do anything about it? You fought this. You had what happened to your neck, Nate? Don't let these people get away with that. Don't let them get away with that. Did they stop? Oh, what happened to the human sex trafficking ring? That went away. Ain't Tiffany slapping her baby open hand fist? Was that last week y'all sent me? Okay. How many people at that podium how many people that stood at the podium? Okay, this is what I'm saying. How many people that stood at the podium can we name that's been fighting against Tiffany for a whole year? Since y'all got, it's been 3 years, but how many people standing at the podium that's fighting against Tiffany is trying to get a job in the administration or trying to get a position in government, running for something? Every single one. I haven't seen one person that has not been at that podium that is not looking for something. The same people, right? How many running for something? How many people looking for a job? So back to Nate Fields. What I like about him is that he fought all the way through. I like Nate. I just hope he don't get caught up in the hype because people are believing in him without the drama. People are believing in him without the drama. And if they do try to buy him out, like get a high. I'm not telling you to get bought out. No, I'm not saying that. But it ain't for you could come back and be a photographer again. Nope. You're going all the way like Blagojevich. But don't go as far as Blagojevich did. Don't go as far as Blagojevich did. They just stop it. Don't go that far. But don't let them take you to Blagojevich land. Don't try to sell the seat. But he doesn't need all that fanfare, that extraness. He could really, what Tiffany has been saying, Nate could really beat them at the poll. He really got a chance to beat them at the poll. He ain't got to bribe nobody. All Nate got to do is show up and smile. That's all. His charm is enough. His knowledge is enough. When he don't know something, he'll tell you. His patience is enough. He really could change things for Thornton Township for the better. He really could. That's all I'm saying. He shows up to every meeting. Nate, my advice, I'm nobody but Blueberry over here. Don't get involved in that mess. Keep on doing what you're doing. If it's not broke, don't fix it. All right. Let's get to the... Karen says, Nate is focused and deliberate. Yep. And you know what, if Tiffany, and y'all know, like, I'll never, like, y'all be wanting me to bend the knee. I'm not going to bend the knee until y'all prove to me what Tiffany did. And prove to me, without the extra politics, smearing and all that, prove to me what she did. Because I thought we wasn't able to make payroll. Okay? See, y'all, I thought the garbage wasn't going to get picked up. I thought Miss Kim was selling Montclair out her trunk. Okay? Prove to me without the smear campaign, and Kamal was wearing it. Prove to me what she stole without the smearing. I think it's easy. Put up the bank statements on the Jumbotron. I think it's easy. You know, I need that. But Nate, he can really do this. He really can do it. So it's just like Tiffany said, beat me at the polls. In this case, they can. They can beat them he can beat them at the polls. You don't need the extra, Nate. You don't need it. You don't need the reality show. You don't. Okay. So let's go to... Hey, Patrick. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Hit the like button, guys. Thank you so much. Y'all really are a blessing. Y'all really are a blessing to me here on this channel. Through it all. Okay. The only thing they got done was getting Kamal and William more fired. No, look. Nate, I was saying, stay away from Nikita. But yeah, you know, just he don't need it. He don't need it. Maybe he just keep family around you. Keep your family around you. Just keep your family around you. You don't need all this, Nate. Okay, you don't need it. The people believe in you. So let's get to the article. Yeah, Nate Fields. Yep. You know what? I was gonna battle. I need to battle a YouTuber and wear like one of us wear the 2025 shirt, one of us wear the wear the Team Tip shirt, and we just watched it. Maybe it's me and YouTube. But see, the problem is, choose. I ain't even gonna tell you what the problem with that. We can't even do that. All right, so let's go to what they said. And shout out to Nate Fields. He doesn't get overly sensitive when people talk about him too. That's what I like about him too. So I'm doing commentary on Nate Fields. He's not gonna like leave a horse head in my bed or nothing like that on my front porch because I said something about him. But we know who will do that. Okay. Frank Zuccarelli's son, Nate Fields, beats Napo in Chicagoland Journal's Facebook poll by 20%. So Frank Zuccarelli's son, Nate Fields. See, y'all was getting mad when I was saying it. Now y'all let them say it. Y'all let them say it. But y'all was getting mad at me when I said it. See, hashtag Berg was right. Frank Zuccarelli's son, Nate Fields, beats Napo in Chicagoland Journal Facebook poll. The Chicagoland Journal conducted a Facebook poll this week on the heated Thornton Township race for supervisor. The Thornton Township political scene is one of the hottest in the world and is literally ground zero of local politics in America. Frank Zuccarelli is a legend in American politics, building Thornton Township into the strongest Democratic township in the country. Wow, in the country? I didn't know that. His son, Nate Fields, is now looking to keep his legacy going as an independent candidate for Thornton Township Supervisor in the April 2025 consolidated election. Senator Napoleon Harris is running for the Thornton Township Supervisor as well, and is also the Thornton Township Democratic Committee man. Now, what's so cool about that is those were, that was Frank's seat too, Thornton Township Democratic Committee man, right? So Napoleon would technically hold 2 of Frank's seats. Okay, because Frank was over with chairman of South Suburban College, Democratic Committee man, and Thornton Township Supervisor. So this is quite interesting. Senator Napoleon Harris is ostensibly looking to make sense of the political helps Nate Fields, because like I said, those people are going to start coming out the woodwork to support him. They're going to start coming out the woodwork. And I'm talking about the people that have been quiet because they have not been wanting to support Tiffany, and they have not, quiet as it's kept, been wanting to support Napoleon. So now they got who they want to support, Nate Fields. With Nate Fields, the son of a legend, and Senator Napoleon Harris duking it out, Jeffrey Coleman and his Republican slate is not to be forgotten. Who is Jeffrey Coleman? Oh, okay. No, okay. I was thinking about the man that was going for supervisor. What, now Jeff Coleman is supervisor? Because I thought that Richard Nolan was going for supervisor. Even though, see, we talked about that yesterday. No, I hate that this is a thing, but sometimes people vote on things. It sounds weird what I'm saying. They vote on looks. They vote on background. So like Lori Lightfoot being LGBTQIA friendly and being a Black woman and things like that. That was in the community, not friendly. She is part of the community. Or they vote on that. Napoleon Harris, handsome. They vote on that. We were talking about how Chris Christie, how they were judging him just based on his weight. I hate that happens. But Richard Nolan versus Jeffrey Coleman, it would go over a little. Jeffrey Coleman would get more votes than Richard Nolan. I hate that. Richard Nolan does not have a friendly look to him. You know what I mean? He doesn't look friendly. He doesn't look approachable. Whereas Nate Fields, when he see you, he's putting on 100% charm the whole time, you know, and concern. He's concerned. That's the difference. Okay, but if Jeff Coleman is running instead of Richard Nolan, that's the first I heard of that. Tim DeYoung, he's popular. He's the Thornton Township Republic Organization Committee man. Okay, the methodology, the Facebook's polls methodology is meant to be a temperature gauge, as a participation in the poll is open to many who aren't registered or eligible voters in the township. That's the problem, right? You can't vote. We got so many people that have a lot of concerns, and we have a lot of YouTubers that push for one certain team, but they don't know everything that goes here, and they don't want to hear anything that goes here, and it's kind of sucks. The poll was conducted in the Chicagoland Journal Dolton Politics Group. The group of 8.2 thousand people. Would that be the Dolton Politics Group? The group of 8.2 thousand people has an average online active rate of 1.2 thousand people. People who are members of the group do not have their identities verified by the Chicagoland Journal. Hey, Choose, look at that disclaimer. The politics group is extremely active and has provided a lot of member-generated information, data, and investigations. This has made many voters and supporters of the Village of Dolton and Thornton Township unusually informed. Oh, unusually informed. Is that what they're doing over there? When compared to other local elections. Over a 2-day period, 96 participants participated in a poll. The poll was seen by 664 group members out of 8.2 thousand members. So we won't say this is a landslide. I didn't even get to that part. Only 96 people participated. Okay. 6 people are the same ones. Burgundy's over here talking about Nate Fields. The same one, same group. It's the same person all the time. So Nate Fields' vote was 57%, 54 votes. Napo got 37%, and the Republicans got 6 votes. That's more than what I thought the Republicans would get in the regular election. Okay. Interesting. Here you go. The more you should know. So that was the Nate Fields contest. Hey, Danny. Good morning, Potato. How are you? Donna. Everybody. The problem with that poll is if they got most of the participants from Dolton Politics Group, many of those people aren't even eligible voters in the township, so it's flawed. Yep. But it's quiet. This election sucks. Sorry, y'all. Had to eat a piece of my muffin. This election sucks because it's people that's just registering to vote here. That's it. It's people that just want to be residents here just to have their vote cast. And all I ask of people is, can you guys just check on Dolton in a year? And I mean that sincerely. Next year, check on us. Next year, post-election. So 2026, just remember to circle back because we'll be old news by then. Circle back to this little old town of Dolton and see what's going on. See what's changed. See what the difference is. See if we're still talking about our town. See what public comment is. See how many people are coming to the board meetings. Just check on us in a year. Okay? That's all I ask. Especially if you've been covering this extensively and you've been only covering Tiffany content, just come back and check on us in a year, please. Do I think Jason House will win? Yeah. But do I think the race will be closer than we thought? Yeah. Yeah. For sure. The race will be super closer than we thought. Y'all gotta stop eating this muffin. I'm not gonna put this in my I'm not gonna be able to fit in my birthday dress, my birthday outfit. Because I'm eating these orange cranberry muffins from Whole Foods. They are so good. Sometimes you could catch them at Trader Joe's or Aldi's, but they didn't have any. Okay. You said Jason ain't won. Yeah, when he win, well, Jason will win, but do I think I stand by what I said? Do I think Jason will be mayor for 4 years? No. Kiana Belcher will be the mayor within the 4 years of Jason's term. Yeah, that's my prediction. Does Kiana have Tiffany hair color? I meant to ask that. Y'all sent that to me. Does she have Tiffany hair color now? Her and Tiffany got the same hair color? Interesting. Remember Kiana Belcher and Tiffany had the same dress? Remember we covered that? Interesting. Now, let me tell you this. Y'all, I wear sweats every day. As much as I love talking about fashion, we're going to talk about Blagojevich next. Hit the like button if you can. Also, we're trying to make a $20 goal on our lives. Because we're usually demonetized. If you can, hit our Cash App. We're looking for a $20 goal. We made it yesterday. Thank you, Hiram. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gardis. Gardis took us over the finish line because when Gardis come in, he classes up the joint. You know what I mean? I'm over here like y'all, and then Professor Gardis come in, and he makes it classy. I'm a lady. I drink my 40 with a straw. So, remember what Kiana Belcher had on Tiffany dress? Like, See, I get such slack for this. Okay. I'm sorry. This is Tiffany Henyard. Like, y'all tell me this is not the same. Like, y'all get so mad at me, but I'm literally, let me educate you. Let me educate you on just the fashion of it all. This is actually okay, y'all, I wear sweats every day. I love fashion, but I'm not a huge fashion head for myself. You know what I mean? Jeans and a t-shirt. Very basic. But one of my passions, I love clothes. I love putting clothes on people. I love talking about clothes. I love looking at clothes. Stuff like that. I love fabrics. But y'all don't see nothing wrong with this? Like, first of all, Kiana Belcher this was her look right here. This was her look right here. She didn't. This is what I mean. If someone is telling y'all to do this, don't do it. Okay. So let's go to Tiffany look first. Sorry, y'all. I didn't have it up. I just want to. This is y'all sent that to me, and I just wanted to talk about it. Now, do Tiffany own her hair color? Yeah. Yep. Yep, she owned that hair color. You know why? Because y'all made fun of it. Y'all talked about her wigs. I never seen a room full of people with a wig on, including me, talking about buy a wig. Does she own her hair color? Yep. Because now everybody getting that hair color now. Okay. I call it Sunset Arbor. Y'all call it number something. Y'all crack me up with that. Y'all tell me the number. This is Tiffany. This is her photo for after election. This was her photo shoot. Now this dress is on Amazon. Okay. But this is Kiana Belcher. She could have stopped right there. The auburn tips and the black, that's her color. Right there. That's her color right there. I like that. I like that brown and that is that like a light brown? Because I don't know how, like, I know my hair shouldn't be black, but I don't know how to pick a hair color. When I do pick a hair color, I go crazy. Like blue, blonde. I go crazy. I can't just do something normal like this. So I just stick with black. I'm gonna go all the way off. I'm like, give me the Pamela Anderson, okay? Give me the Eve. I go all the way off. So I can't be trusted with hair color. But right here, this is her color right here. This is Kiana Belcher color. Now, right here, this is the same dress, same pearls, same hair color. Who did this? Who was in charge of the girls? Who was in charge of the girls? They both look good in the dress. I don't know. But Kiana Belcher will be the next. If Jason gets here, Kiana Belcher would be the next mayor. They're not going to make Tammy Brown is a senior trustee at this point. So Tammy Brown will be the senior trustee. She'll be where Jason is, right? They are not going to let Tammy Brown be the mayor. They are not going to let Stan Brown be the mayor. They're not going to let Andrew Holmes be the mayor. They're not going to let Brittany Norwood be the mayor. Kiana Belcher will be the mayor. And my prediction is that Jason House won't make it out of 4 years. It's in the cards. Who did that? Who put them in the same dress? And I know you have to remember whoever did it. I know Kiana had to see this dress and said, this is the same dress Tiffany had on. Or if she hired a stylist, the stylist should have researched Tiffany Henry photos and saw that this is the same dress. Okay. I'm just saying. It's a lot of other dresses she could have had, especially a blazer dress. Big Mike been saying that, sister. Tiffany wore it first. Oh no, you take that. No, okay. So I learned this because I had to dress a man in a double-breasted suit. You take that button off. I didn't know that. I was working for this show one time, and it came with those 3 buttons like that. You take it, or you do what Tiffany did. You do what Tiffany did with the hands folded. Tiffany be lifted. Look at that muscle. Like Tiffany throw that bows. Look at her. Is that called a forearm? Look at that muscle in that forearm. My God, I'm scared. Tiffany, Tiffany, like hit you with a mean right hook. Look at that. Good Lord, Tiffany. Ooh. That Tiffany with the neutral makeup, the dress that's very Michelle Obama. They even got the same lipstick on, y'all. Look at, they got the same lipstick on. Child, let me go. But yeah, so the buttons come in 6. I did the same thing. So I was doing this suit for this guy, and his double-breasted buttons look like nipples. So I had to take the 2 buttons off. I learned it. I didn't know that either. Until when it played on the TV, it looked like he had nipples. The buttons were right. He was getting married, and it looked like his nipples were hard. It was horrible. I got fired from that job. All right, let's move right along to the next. Let's move on. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tanya, for the $5 Cash App. I appreciate you so much. Sorry, my phone was off. Okay, so all right. So yeah, I learned the hard way. Man, he getting married and looked like his nipples were just bing. So yeah, that's what I had to say about Nate Fields. Congratulations to Nate Fields. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Now, I'm telling you, they're gonna have to buy Nate Fields out. Speaking of buying out, let's talk about Blagojevich. Hit the like button if you can. I appreciate all your support. We're $15 away from our $20 goal, and I appreciate you so much just for you being here. But you being here is enough. You don't have to give anything. We're trying to set up the room for our birthday live. My birthday's Friday, y'all. Oh my gosh. I'm getting old, but let me tell you, it beats the alternative. There's only 2 ways you could go, y'all. And I'll take getting old, okay? So, hey, Miss Asha, how are you? Oh, girl, he had a Facebook poll and he beat out Napoleon they did a little Facebook poll and they're saying people are favoring Nate Fields. It wasn't a serious poll, but I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. All right, you guys. So, let's get to Blagojevich. So speaking of fashion, so our Governor Blagojevich, he has been pardoned by the and welcome to everybody that came in. He has been pardoned by the president, Donald Trump, right? And remember, Blagojevich was on the Celebrity Apprentice season 3, I believe. He went to prison for selling Obama seat, y'all. He went ahead and you can't even think about Rob Blagojevich without laughing. He a mess. He's a mess. But he went to prison, found Jesus, and yesterday he came in. Oh, happy birthday to her, Donna. Valentine's. So Blagojevich came into the he sold the seat. Okay, y'all. Blagojevich sat up here and he tried to sell Obama's seat, allegedly. Now, he said he was set up. Trump said he was set up too. So Trump, the first time he was president, he gave him, she takes no mess. Okay. So all the way here in Chicago, basically they burgundy blued her, y'all. They put the scarlet letter on Patty, and they said, Patty, we don't want nothing to do with you. Nobody would talk about her. Her husband talk to her. She was a y'all, they reporting my live. Wait a minute. Is this my first live reporting? Can y'all hear me now? Wait a minute. Is this my first live reporting? Girl, they reported my live. Wait a minute. This is my first alert. What I'm saying, they did have on the same dress. They did. They had on the same dress. What you want me to say? See? Y'all. They had on the same dress, y'all. What I'm supposed to say? Dang. Wait a minute. Is this my first time this happening? Wait a minute. Hold on. I gotta look at this email. Hold on, y'all. I gotta look at this. Huh. I gotta ask my mentor what this means. I gotta ask my mentor what this means when you get this. They had on the same dress, y'all. Let's not. We sorry. Let's. Thanks for confirming to the Department of Justice. This is the problem. I've never. You know what? I can't. All I can say is I can't prove anything, y'all. I can't prove anything. So I'm just gonna mind my business. Okay. But I know for sure it wasn't Blagojevich reporting my live. Okay. All right, let's go. It was allegedly the same dress. Good with Wyoming. Allegedly the same dress. Okay. Yeah. Hey, what's up exactly, Erica? You know who they got to free next? Jesse Jackson Jr. Even though he free, they got to pardon him. Pardon Sandy and Jesse, okay? So back to Blagojevich, you guys. So Blagojevich so Trump came around the first time and he was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and commute your sentence. So instead of you being there 14 years, you'll get out in 8. So he got to go home with my girl Patty. So then Biden came and they asked Biden to pardon Blagojevich, and Biden was like, no, I'm worried about my son right now. I gotta pardon Hunter. I can't worry about y'all. Okay. So then here comes Trump again. And what he does his first 30 days, he went ahead and pardoned Blagojevich. Now, we're not here for that. Okay. We here to talk. Free Mumia Abu Jamal. Free them all. That's right. Hey, Jonathan. Oh, Jonathan, thank you for the $5. I appreciate you so much. You guys are wonderful. Okay. So so we're here to talk about what's going on with Blagojevich hair. Okay. But first, let's hear from Blagojevich itself. But what I want to say about Blagojevich, this man got a head of hair. Okay. Even his gray came in all the way right. His gray is amazing. And then I don't know if he has a stylist, but he pairs his gray with gray suits and ice blue all the time. He wears it. So Blagojevich got out, and that's what he had. He's known for the brown croft, but now he got out and his hair was all white, which was still beautiful, right? Now we're going to see him at his latest press conference. And I thought it was interesting because you could see him kind of have a spark in his, a little sparkle, if you will. Talking about how he found Jesus, right? How he is happy that he was pardoned and he's ready to get back into politics, if you will. And his wife, Patty. But let's listen to him in his words last night. But let's talk about this fashion he had going. Because Blagojevich know what he's doing. And do you know he gets up and runs every day? I didn't even look how old Blagojevich is. He must have been a young governor. How old is he? Rob Blagojevich, he's 68. Oh, okay. He's 68 years old. All right, let's take a look at when he was speaking last night outside and Patty kept the house together, okay? He said he thought Patty was gonna leave him. And they told Patty, he was like, babe, are you gonna wait for me? And Patty Girls was like, I'm not waiting for you. You shouldn't wait for him. And she like, babe, we both doing time together. And him and Patty made it through. Okay, let's go ahead.
News from Fox 32. Thank you for joining us. I'm Scott Schneider.
I'm Dawn Hasbrook. We begin with former Governor Rob Blagojevich, pardoned tonight by President Trump. Blagojevich is speaking right now outside his home on the north side. Let's listen.
Those 2 elections, I want to particularly thank you for the second election. Had there been more of you in that one, I wouldn't have gone where I ended up going. But most importantly, I want to talk a little bit just about what's, I believe, the greatest constitutional crisis in American history since the Civil War. And that is this weaponization of prosecutors for political purposes, rigged courts, a broken justice system that is historically been racist in America, now has become weaponized in America. And I also want to say how lawfare and the misuse of the power of prosecutors in the courts must never be part of the political process. Abraham Lincoln said it right when he talked about government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And that's what's at stake here. And so moving forward, as we learn from the past, without bitterness, always remembering, I want to simply say that I'm determined to do whatever I can as a private citizen, volunteer my time and efforts to do the best I could to fight for justice and to do what I think is right. I'm going to wrap it up and introduce my lawyer, Leonard Goodman, here in 1 second, but I would like to share a quick little story. about my early days in prison, way back in 2012, 2013, 2014, when they put me in a prison behind a barbed wire fence. The inmates call it the razor wire. This is fresh in my mind because I'm writing a book about that experience, and I can't help but forget the things that, some of the experiences I went through. And I remember one of my first visits to see Patty and our kids, and our little Annie was still only 8 years old. And before going in to see my family, there's a fee you have to pay, a price you have to pay before you can see your family. And it's being searched, full body cavity.
Okay. Viewer discretion. I forgot to tell y'all. Let me take this down because we were talking about his hair color, and all we see is his hair. He's covered by the words, by the closed caption. We love closed caption, though. I keep it on all the time. Hey Scott, thank you. Okay, first of all, let's get into the heathered hair, his hair color, along with the heathered olive turtleneck that goes with all of that. Okay, go ahead, Blagojevich. But discretion advised. He was talking about his time in prison. He's writing a book, and in this prison, when he visited his family and his baby, he had to basically, his dignity was taken away from him. He was saying he had to get a full body cavity search in and out just to see his family. So he talks about that and a lot more. He only talks for 4 minutes, but these 4 minutes are chock full. Okay, guys?
You have to pay before you can see your family. And it's being searched. Full body cavity strip search going in, a full body cavity strip search going out. And while I was doing one of those undignified things, a kind-hearted correctional officer, one of the prison guards, a man who was raised in the black churches and had a deep, abiding faith in the Christian faith, told me a story. He advised me, go read Genesis chapter 38 to 50, the story of Joseph. And at the end of that story, a man who was innocent was condemned to prison, but God favored him and pulled him out. At the end of that story, Joseph says to those who persecuted him and had something to do with what happened to him, his brothers who sold him out, he said, what you meant for evil, God meant for good. I truly believe that as bad as this has been, I can't begin to tell you how blessed and fortunate I've always felt to be able to walk through life with Patty. It's been a most gracious thing. She defied the odds. 2 days after I was arrested, the Vegas odds makers had it 9-1 that she was going to leave. She didn't leave, she stayed. After 8 years of incarceration, when better than 90% of women, whether they're wives or significant others, and a man's in prison for more than 4 years, they don't stick around. So I've been blessed and fortunate to have fallen in love with and walked through life with my loving wife and our daughters. It was faith, hope, and love that brought us home. And so grateful to the people who've been supportive of us, who've been so kind with their words of encouragement through all those hard years. And again, above all, one more time, let me tell you from the bottom of my heart how deep my appreciation and gratitude is for President Trump. I believe President Trump is well on his way to being the most consequential president in American history since Franklin Roosevelt. He is going to change things and make things better. And among the things he's going to change, I believe, is going to save our democracy by putting a stop to weaponized prosecutions for political purposes and lawfare. Thank you.
Baby, exactly, Erica. Why was we talking about this last night? Me and my friend were talking about Rod is going to get a reality show, but you have me cracking up. Love after lockup. That's exactly what is going on here. And Patty, I'm telling you, Patty is a show by herself. Patty is a show. She's like a true Chicagoan. She's like, it's a lot going on with Patty right there. She's stern. She did time with Rod. You know what I mean? 8 years. That is very interesting. 8 years. Okay. So, and that's not a long time, believe me. Women have that, like, but it's just so interesting to see where Rod will go from now. It's just because of his personality that I'll be following him. Because of how he acts, I'll be following him. But now that he has found, I don't know, I want to say Christianity, but I'm not sure. But he found the Lord, right? He found Jesus. Let's see where this goes. Okay. Now, let's read your comments, and then we're gonna go to the next video. And I want to thank y'all for all your support. I genuinely mean that. I really appreciate all the support you give me. You don't have to be here just liking the video, just listening, just at least hearing another side to the story. I appreciate all of that. I seriously mean that. Let's read some of the comments. Good morning, Scott. Wyoming, he does look good after all these years, doesn't he? He kept it so, I guess a lot of it has to do with just your state of mind. Your state of mind has to be the most important thing to pull yourself together. Yeah, and Patty was making that trip all the way. Well, they're in Colorado, I think he was in jail. Patty was heading up there, baby. So serve, save. Hey, I don't think Jason has it in the bag. Tiffany is popular for a reason, but no one has covered the why behind her popularity. I thought I tried to. Did I try? Do you mean like the popularity in Dolton? Why people really care about Tiffany on the ground? Because Tiffany's been doing this for a long time. Tiffany has been a supporter of her community as a trustee. She's always done the food giveaways, even when she would always go up to Thornton Township and advocate for Dolton, even when nobody else would. When you would see people on the street in the community, like really putting their foot forward, it was Tiffany Henyard. So I try to cover that part. This is the problem with YouTube, and nobody wants to hear it. That's why I say, can y'all please follow us in a year? Like, follow us in a year. Tiffany brought all those people out. When you see this picture right here, you see all those people here? Do you see a trustee anywhere on that picture? Anywhere on this picture, do you see one trustee? Oh, you do, Andrew Holmes. But I'm not even going to touch that one because that might be part of the problem, that might be part of the problem. I don't know. But you don't see any Dolton trustees out here. And you got every influential person in Illinois. You got the state treasurer, you got the speaker of the house, you got community leaders. There go Pastor Fleshman. Let me tell you, Pastor Fleshman with this beard right here, we got to do a video on him. He's over here to the left. He's giving up the peace sign. He's the one that has the pray for Dolton. This is the part where, sorry guys, let me just roll up a little closer. This is the part where people, let me see what I'm saying. Sorry, I'm stretching. This is the part where people get the Burgundy's a Tiffany supporter from. That's all they got to tell you. That's all they got to tell you. And so everybody has the right to support who they want to, if I want to, when I want to, right? But this is the part that y'all don't like to see. You got Kim Fox in there. You got everybody, the speaker. You got Tiffany brought all these people together. Okay, all of them. And you don't see one trustee in this bunch. So she's been riding along alone a lot. So it's almost like if you don't, so everybody says Tiffany problem, but it was time for fireworks in Dolton. And where did the Dolton trustees go? To Homewood and pop fireworks with Napoleon Harris. They didn't care about the people in Dolton. Am I lying? Do anybody remember that? Put a 1 if you remember that. You remember Tiffany said she was bringing the fireworks back? And they took the fireworks away from us and went over to Homewood and celebrated fireworks with that community? Or when it was time to give out presidential awards and celebrate all the people that's been fighting for Dolton, did they do that in your community? Or did they take that somewhere else when it was time for the hors d'oeuvres and a free drink? But when it's time to do a walk and to fundraise, they make sure they do that in Dolton. When it's time to charge something, they make sure they do that in Dolton. But when it's time to celebrate, have fun, rub elbows, it's not done in Dolton. And that's not being a Tiffany supporter. That y'all could research that for yourself. That's not done in Dolton. The YouTube community has made it popular that they don't even have to leave their house and go knock door to door or ask for anything, because y'all do everything. So even the stuff they weren't doing before, like coming out in the community, it would just continue. And that's just a fact. That's just a fact. So now you have already been trained with the anti-Tiffany stuff. Now, have Tiffany done stuff I don't agree with? Yeah, I tell you every time. I think Kamal should have. She probably heard me say this. I don't know if she watched my show, but Kamal should have never been the first boyfriend. He should have been you should have been having some sunglasses, looking like Mary J. Blige with sunglasses and a head wrap. Jackie O. Meeting him at the Snooty Fox. Car parked in the back, meeting him at the Snooty Fox. No face, no case. That would have been it. He should have never been by her side and been her boyfriend while she was mayor and supervisor. Never. No matter how she felt about him. No. No. I that's what I'm saying. No. He should have been in the background. And he should have wanted to be in the background, especially if he was still attached. Now, I'm not here to get into anybody's personal life, but that's just how I feel about that situation. Somebody on here told me that their governor moved their girlfriend into the governor's mansion, and that has me cracking up every time I think about that. Who told me that? It was so funny. They were like, their governor had a girlfriend, and they don't know what to call the girlfriend because he moved her into the governor's mansion. That is hilarious to me. But yeah, this is what happened. This is how Tiffany was. But now we'll go to and you have the right to change your mind. You have the right to change your mind. This is what let's just go down memory lane. I didn't have this. You know, it's so funny. You have the right to change your mind, right? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if I have this. Let's see if we have it. You have the right to change your mind for sure, because I think that's important that you're able to, think of things one way and then it changes and you like, wait a minute, I didn't know. You have that right. Let's just go to the inauguration of Tiffany Henyard. Let's see if I got this here. It's just interesting. For some reason, if I have you here, guys, hit the like button. I'm just looking for something to see if I'm right about this. Because I just find it interesting. Let me see if I have it correct. Let's go to Tiffany's inauguration, if you will. All these people, my only question is, all these people we have up here, when did it go bad? She had so many people around her. And I never say, and I'm not saying that because I'm not, if you guys have been following me, I've always said, I'm not in the back room. I don't know what happened. I don't know what deals were made. Only these people have their experiences, right? So whatever they experienced with Tiffany, that's what they experienced with Tiffany. And whatever Tiffany experienced with them, that's what she experienced with them. Who is this man right here? I'm just going to go to her inauguration and see. I'm looking to see. Sorry, guys. Maybe I'll do that another video. Because yeah, I'm gonna do that in another video. Because it's a couple of people in this photo that had positions in Dolton as soon as Tiffany got inaugurated, and now the same people are now, for instance, let's just say Pastor Fleshman. No disrespect. Pastor Fleshman spoke, prayed over Tiffany, was part of the he was part of the fire and police chief board. I don't know. He was everywhere with Tiffany here. You gave her awards at his church. Now he's praying for Dolton with Jason House, anti-Tiffany 24/7. It's just weird. It's like, can you tell us what happened? What happened? What happened between y'all? We'll go to the free indeed. Tiffany wasn't expanded free indeed. She wasn't give them a contract. They were like, oh my God, I'm trying to help the community. And then people are like, oh, you wouldn't help that poor lady. How did Clean House end up with their headquarters right in there? I thought that they couldn't fix nothing because of Tiffany, because Tiffany wouldn't give them the permits. I'm just asking. So those are things I think about. Like, oh, she's stopping this lady from giving out food. And then the whole campaign office is right there on her property in the building that they said they couldn't fix because Tiffany wasn't giving them permits. How? Just interesting. Just very interesting. This was when she was mayor. So I'm gonna say 20, Karen. This is I say 2022. Yeah. This was at the beginning. But she always brought people out there like that. Always. Okay, let's stop with Tiffany for a second. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about this dress one more time. Yep, talk about this dress one more time. Okay. So let's go to something I did because we've been long-winded. And I'll have to break that down. But Blagojevich, go ahead with your hair. We love it. Do you, boo?
Can I be recognized, Mayor?
You want to be long-winded? I'm just asking.
Okay. Let's move on to the next subject because you know they just sent their people over here. So y'all is up. All right. Sad story we have to report. But I want to talk about this. So I thought this was the former mayor of Waukegan, but his friend, this is a sad story. He owned a steakhouse called 4114. But let's listen to this story in 3 different news reports. Okay. So this is discretion advised again. Okay. Discretion advised again, because this is, I agree, SoftServe say, this is about this owner, the steakhouse owner. Bless his heart, may he rest in peace. But something is not right with this story. And you know how we get with our spidey senses over here on Burgundy Blue Commentary. Something is not right. Something in the buttermilk is not clean. But I'll let y'all decipher that, right? Let's go to it.
Identified after police said he was killed at a restaurant he owned over the weekend. The Lake County Coroner's Office says 51-year-old Joshua Kirkwood died from multiple stab wounds. He was killed late Saturday night at 4114 Steaks on Green Bay Road. Waukegan police are investigating.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC7 Chicago Eyewitness.
Let's go to another story. I want y'all to hear all these news reports, and then we're going to come back.
And a city notice announcing a temporary closure here due to safety concerns adorn this restaurant where family and friends say its co-owner, Joshua Kirkwood, poured his life into. And over the weekend, it was where his life was taken away.
I really haven't come to terms with it yet, because it's the exact opposite of what he was striving for.
The presence of a heartbroken community decorates this Waukegan storefront, deepening the reality that its owner, Joshua Kirkwood, is forever gone from behind these business walls.
It just don't seem real to me that he's not there.
The 51-year-old restaurant, 4114 Steaks and Seafood, is now the place where the Lake County, Illinois coroner says he was stabbed multiple times Saturday night and later died at the hospital. According to court documents, it began with an argument between Kirkwood and a manager at the restaurant during a gender reveal party the business was hosting. That's when prosecutors say a 16-year-old boy stabbed Kirkwood with a kitchen knife before leaving with 21-year-old Isaiah Gonzalez. Gonzalez was taken into custody at a hospital and charged with murder.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Former Waukegan Mayor Sam Cunningham grew up with Kirkwood and joined a prayer vigil remembering his close friend.
For him to have lost his life in a place where he spent most of his life.
Family members tell me the business owner was a father of four and the son of former Waukegan Alderman Rudell Kirkwood, who helped to run the restaurant with his son.
I know how it feels because I lost a child. You live with it every day. You can't get it out of your mind.
He didn't deserve this, and his family didn't deserve this.
Two other people are listed as co-defendants in court documents but have not been charged. Gonzalez is being held on no bond, and according to the notice on the door, a hearing is scheduled for Wednesday morning to determine if the restaurant will be allowed to reopen.
Now, I just want to say this, but before I say this, y'all already know. Okay. This is the last news story. I think we got two more, but I want to share this. So it's a Waukegan restaurant owner. Last night, it started off that he got stabbed at a gender reveal. His girlfriend, now we're going to listen to another one. Y'all listen to all three. His girlfriend was the manager of the restaurant, but somehow, allegedly, her son, this is how the news is reporting it, her sons stabbed him at a gender reveal. They never said who the gender reveal party was for. They never said that. Then they tie in the Waukegan former mayor and the owner's dad, who was an alderman. I don't know what that had to do with it. But the lady's two sons came through and did that. Let's listen to this from last night. The news is all over the place with this story, and I hope his family, they even said at one time he only had one child, and then it turned to 4 children. I've been following this all night.
A steakhouse in Waukegan stabbed to death during a gender reveal party Saturday.
The man's girlfriend and 2 of her sons are now in custody. WGN's Dana Rebeck has details.
There is a note.
Now, why is the girlfriend in custody? Do y'all hear how 3 different news stations are reporting this differently? Now the girlfriend is in custody? Then the other news said it was somebody there and a 16-year-old. This is very interesting.
Stabbed to death during a gender reveal party Saturday.
The man's girlfriend and 2 of her sons are now in custody. WGN's Dana Rebeck has details.
There is a notice on the front door of this Waukegan restaurant that it must stay closed for the next 7 days after the owner was murdered here on Saturday night. People coming by to pay respects, leaving flowers, balloons, and cards.
But yeah, I definitely came just to pay my respect to the man because he definitely gave me a lot too. You know, he extended his kindness to me multiple times. So seeing nice people like that get killed it hurts.
Friends of Joshua Kirkwood stopping by 4114 Steaks and Seafood, the restaurant the 51-year-old Waukegan man owned. Kirkwood was killed inside his business around 11:30 p.m. Saturday. According to court documents, Kirkwood got into an argument with his girlfriend, who is a manager at the restaurant, during a gender reveal party being held in the basement. Two of her sons, including this man, 21-year-old Isaiah Gonzalez, allegedly got involved. Witnesses told police her younger 16-year-old son grabbed a kitchen knife and stabbed Kirkwood multiple times, both brothers then fleeing the restaurant. Officers say her older son, Isaiah Gonzalez, drove to the hospital where he was treated for a stab wound to the hand. His mother was also stabbed in the leg.
He's going to...
Y'all, wait a minute. No,
So all I'm saying to you is like, come on, guys, we got to do better. We have to do better. And all I can tell you is that I am a fighter, and y'all know that. So when you come for me, be prepared for the fight, because at the end of the day, they talked about Jesus Christ. So why don't I think y'all are not gonna do me the same way? Somebody that's healing y'all and helping y'all. Same thing I'm over here doing, right? Healing and helping.
Right, asking another employee who went on that trip.
You went down to Springfield, and what were you hoping to do in Springfield?
You need to ask the people that handles that. I'm not the one that handled it. I was just riding the bike.
We need more.
I need to get my charger. I needed a break. Okay. Come on, y'all. We got a couple of more news. See, this is what happened, y'all. What really happened here? Okay, so he owns the restaurant. His girlfriend is managing the restaurant. Why is this gender reveal? That's sort of making. This is making me think. What is the gender reveal party about? And why are the sons so mad? And if only the one son was doing the stabbing, how did the mother get stabbed? I guess defending. I don't know, but how did the mother get stabbed and the brother if the 16-year-old was doing the stabbing? What is God bless? Just bless us. It's evil everywhere. Oh my God. I'm praying for this family. Both just the trauma that is going to happen through this. And like I said, this just happened Saturday night. This young man's funeral hasn't even started yet or anything like this. Let's listen to the rest. But news is reported totally different.
Wound to the hand. His mother was also stabbed in the leg.
He's going to be missed, seriously.
Those who knew the victim say he leaves behind a 5-year-old daughter, describing him as a giving and caring.
Now, he leaves behind a 5-year-old daughter. Didn't we just hear he had 4 kids 2 news stories ago? This is all the same day everybody's reporting on this. It's something not right about this.
Family man who loved his job, helping feed hundreds of people through a community church during COVID.
He did his best to become a great person and somebody that kids should look up to and strive to be.
Isaiah Gonzalez appeared in court this morning, and a judge ordered he be held at the Lake County Jail on 3 counts of murder. His 16-year-old brother and mother are named as co-defendants in this case, but
a minute. 3 counts of how do you? Okay, y'all, you guys who are true crime or lawyers or any kind of experts, how do you get 3 counts of murder with one murder? I don't know. Y'all let me know. How does that go?
Have not been charged yet. In Waukegan, Dana Rebick, WGN News.
Okay, let's go to one more news report. This is okay. Here we go. You guys, we just can't do nothing but pray.
A search for answers tonight in North Suburban Waukegan after a deadly stabbing at a restaurant during a gender reveal party. This all happened at 4114 Steaks and Seafood on Saturday night. NBC5's JC Navarrete spoke with a customer who knew that father of 2 who was killed.
for something like that to happen, it's tragic, man.
Community members paying their respects for a life taken too soon.
He was a very nice person. He always gave everybody an opportunity to come in and give parties and stuff.
On Saturday, police responded to a 911 call of a stabbing at 4114 Steak and Seafood in Waukegan. 51-year-old Joshua Kirkwood found stabbed multiple times inside his own restaurant. Tonight, police tell us it was one of his employee's sons who is now charged with killing the popular restaurant owner. Police saying the 16-year-old heard Kirkwood and his mother, who's a manager at the restaurant, getting into a heated argument when he allegedly grabbed a kitchen knife and stabbed Kirkwood to death. All this during a gender reveal party. The suspect's family had rented out space for the celebration. A witness stating hearing the suspect say, quote, he was going to go downstairs to get his brother and kill Joshua. And while police continue to investigate this deadly stabbing at the door.
What? This is so sad. Like, okay, this is just assuming now because we don't know anything. Has the 16-year-old saw the parents fight before, or his mom and the boyfriend? Like, just because they're in a heated argument, why would that be to go to, as a kid, to go to a weapon? Okay. Let's go back to this gender reveal because they're saying a little more. Y'all let me know your thoughts. And yes, Wyoming, I agree. And Jerome, I agree. I agree it could be both of those. We don't know anything. I agree with what you guys are saying. Was everybody trying to get the little boy off of him? That's a lot of anger that it takes two people to, I don't know.
The suspect's family had rented out space.
Now, wait a minute. This is where I want to, so the suspect family rented out space. So I guess that's the mom's son's family rented out space for a gender reveal. What was the argument about?
Argument when he allegedly grabbed a kitchen knife and stabbed Kirkwood to death. All this during a gender reveal party. The suspect's family had rented out space for the celebration. A witness stating hearing the suspect say, quote, he was going to go downstairs.
We got to read this. The first employee witness said to police in summary that, and not verbatim, that Blank and Joshua were having a heated discussion in Joshua's office. Y'all, you know what's so bad? Because now I got to see what the girlfriend looked like. And you know that's the problem with social media. It's a problem. The witness said that this type of argument was typical between Blank and Joshua. So they argued all the time, okay? The witness explained that Blank's 16-year-old son, juvenile co-defendant Blank, was upstairs and heard the verbal argument between Blank and Joshua. The employee witness told police that Blank walked down the stairs and said he was going to go downstairs to get his brother and kill Joshua. The witness saw Blank go downstairs and return upstairs with Isaiah. I guess that's the brother. The witness then watched Blank pull out a big kitchen knife and oh man, what's going on in the world? This is so sad.
A witness stating hearing the suspect say, quote, he was going to go downstairs to get his brother and kill Joshua. And while police continue to investigate this deadly stabbing, the doors here are now closed and they'll remain closed for the next 7 days as ordered by the city of Waukegan. The 16-year-old now facing charges of murder, and tonight, flowers strewn at the restaurant's doorstep and balloons have been left in memoriam of a business owner that meant so much to his community.
I cried about it. A person of a pillar of the community that's doing a good cause, and then something like this happened in this establishment. It's very sad.
JC Navarrete, NBC5 News.
JC, thank you.
Man, you know what sucks? It'd be the people close to you. It'd be the people close to you. And let's see. They said he owned 2 restaurants, actually. Is this him? No, that's not him. I was looking. This is crazy. I wonder how long he was with the girlfriend. I wonder. I mean, this is his own restaurant. So it says the knife later found covered in blood on the restaurant's kitchen island became a key piece of evidence in the case. Investigators allege that both the teenager and Gonzalez fled the scene immediately after the attack. As officers continued their investigation, they learned that Gonzalez has also arrived at the medical center before midnight, suffering the stab wounds. During questioning, Gonzalez, that's a 21-year-old, admitted that a gender reveal party was taking place at the time of the attack. He claimed that he and his 16-year-old brother went down to confront Kirkwood following the argument. According to the Gonzalez statement, Kirkwood had asked everyone to leave the premises and allegedly threatened to throw hands on both Gonzalez and his younger brother. A physical altercation ensued, and Gonzalez claimed that after seeing his brother drop the knife, he realized he had sustained injuries in his hands and fingers. The two then drove to the hospital. Following an investigation, Gonzalez was charged with 3 counts of murder and was ordered detained during a court hearing on Friday. The 16-year-old legal fate remains uncertain, as officials have not yet disclosed what charges he may face. Prosecutors also have not formally charged the woman involved in the initial argument, and her name is being withheld until a decision is made. Given that the 16-year-old is a minor, his identity has not been released. Authorities continue to investigate. So people in the comments, because I'm over here in the comments on Newsbreak, people are saying, who has a gender reveal at 11:30 at night? That is kind of weird. Who has a gender reveal at 11:30 at night? Isn't that usually like a brunch thing? Okay. Somebody said, what pregnant lady wants to party at 11:30? Take your butt home. Oh, wow. Someone said, I'm in Newsbreak looking at the comments, y'all. I just said put them on the stream. People are saying that this is what they're saying on Newsbreak. Burgundy is not saying this. They said the business is in his indicted father's name. His father wasn't. These are the Waukegan politicians getting into it now, back and forth. You know what? I didn't know that Waukegan has such a popular Black and brown community. Did anybody else know that? I hadn't been to Waukegan in years, but when I did go to Waukegan, it wasn't a lot of us there back in the day. I'm sorry, Laura. You know what? That can happen. 16 is a difficult age. And a 16-year-old boy, it's some kids that be walking up here to high school. You think they're grown, they're big and everything else. And, they could have strength. And they said the owner was kicking the party goers out, right? Yeah. Yeah, the victim is a stepfather. Those teenage years are hard for some kids and parents. Yeah. Yeah, for real. Very much. Y'all, this is crazy. Oh my goodness. We're going to keep an eye on this story. I wanted to share it with you guys. And I'm going to leave it here. I don't know. We're going to have to watch it and see. And if this was a typical argument between the two, let me see who the alderman was. I just don't know. It's something about this steakhouse. Not the steakhouse. It's something about this gender reveal party. Like, it just seems like a Lifetime episode gone bad. Like a Snapped episode gone bad. What was wrong with this gender reveal party? It seems like it was the family of the girlfriend, right? Her family that was having a party. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. 11:30 at night, he was pronounced dead when he got to the hospital. Joshua Kirkwood. It's really sad. It's really, really sad. Because everybody, a life is lost, but everybody will probably go down for this. And their life is gone too, but just not in the physical. You have to check your tempers. You know, it should have never got this far. And you know what? Let me double down by saying the fact they were in a business establishment and the people there that say that the owner and the girlfriend get into these arguments all the time, that's too much already. Like, you shouldn't be professionals in a business establishment arguing like that every day where the people know that they're gonna argue today. Like, that should be done at home or whatever. And what made them get so mad that they had to stab this man? So now he leaves 4 children behind. It's strange. It's something with this gender reveal party to me. I don't know. We'll follow it. As always, guys, we were long-winded, 1 hour and 45 minutes. Thanks for staying here. Thanks for listening to my commentary. Thanks for sharing your opinions. And I'll be back. I appreciate y'all so much. If you can, like the video. And I appreciate y'all so much. You guys take care of yourself and each other. And before y'all decide to sue me,
I got some clothes. I got some jewelry. The rest I got tied up in investments. I ain't got nothing else.
Love you guys. Bye.
Commentary blue. Commentary burgundy. Commentary. Comment blue. Commentary. Comment burgundy blue.